Hey everybody, welcome back to my Project 13. It is the morning recap vlog from this last week. We're going to talk about everything that happened. But to be honest with you, not a lot happened here on my Project 13. And that's just because there's so much more going on outside of Team My Project 13. But still trying to make sure that I stay in touch here and there as I accomplish all the other things in life that I have to do when it comes to my priorities and my family's and, well, work and getting ready for summer. You know, I'm just getting ready for summer, waiting for the HTC U11 as far as the team goes to come in, so we can start reviewing that device, which I'm really stoked about. But I will say that a little bit happened. I got to bring back in the Samsung Galaxy S8, not the Plus, the S8, the smaller variant. I did want to talk a little bit about that because in talking to some of you out there, which I'm getting a lot of great feedback for bringing the device back in, but I am getting the question why, if you had so many issues with the first device being the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus with recording video, focus hunting, blurring, going out of focus for a period of time and then coming back in after like a minute or so using the rear camera. A lot of the focus hunting going on with the front facing camera. And regardless of everything that I was going through with it, there was still that curiosity of, you know, did I not give it a chance? Did I not wait for those software updates to see how the device was going to handle itself in those areas? You know, once, well, if they were going to be taken care of with updates, fixes, optimizations, and so forth. I basically thought I moved on, but it kept coming back to me, and I didn't bring it back in to be hypocritical or contradict myself in whether you should get the device or not. That was an individual, that's an individual decision that you have to make on when you watch reviews and you're watching a ton of them or you're reading these reviews. And I talked about that earlier in the week, how we are reliant and dependent on a lot of these reviews, whether they're rumors or leaks, or once these devices come out, all the information that you hear, are we able to make those decisions upon ourselves, or are they based upon all these reviews and what others are saying? You know, number one, you got to do homework. Period. You got to look into why you're spending all this money on these devices and make sure in what you're bringing in. But at what point is too much when it comes to being so dependent on the review system? When do you know that, hey, this is what I'm going to get, or it's not what I'm going to get, and it's based off all the homework that I've done, and this is where I feel I should go with this decision, and not constantly stop and question yourself because one review says this or the other one says this, and you're just lost and you're confused, okay? There's the pros and cons of the review system, and you have to be able to be wise to yourself and how you're going to use these tools and deciding what you're going to pick up or not and how you're going to spend that hard-earned money. So with that being said, on my review with the Samsung Galaxy 8 Plus, or reviews, that was a lot of what I talked about. I was frustrated. I was emotionally just like, I had spent 850 smacks on a device that wasn't working for me personally. And again, this was an individual experience that I was bringing to you here on my Project 13. I understand that. This wasn't on what anybody else was going through. And if you were, well, you know, hey, I'm sorry, because I understand the frustration, but it was based on my experience with my individual device. And because of that, I made a decision to return it. But then later, I was just thinking, man, that I should have waited. Maybe these software updates would have fixed the problem, and then I would have really enjoyed the device. But I had seemed to move on, but then it just kept coming back. So I found an opportunity to pick up this device for a lower price point through Swappa, and so far I'm enjoying the device. You're going to let me know, regardless, if there's any issues going on that I had before. But it wasn't to contradict myself and I can talk about this again later in a live stream sometime this next week, and saying, well, because I never said the device was bad. Never did I state that. What I stated, and I got actually hit up for this, was the device was great in so many areas. It just lacked in this area that I needed, because with the YouTube channel, I make videos. I record a lot of videos, and I need that area to work for me. And it wasn't working for me. And I got so frustrated, I just sent it back. And I'm still waiting for my money. And hopefully that will happen soon. Okay, so you guys all know that story. The thing is, my curiosity, my going, is thinking, well, I'm going to give it another chance. It's not about contradicting myself. It's about giving it another chance. And by the way, as soon as it came out of the box, because it was brand new, this device that I bought, a T-Mobile variant, had a T-Mobile software update and a Samsung software update as well. So at this point, I'm liking what I'm getting out of it, and it's not right now, right away, like it was the first time when I first picked up the Samsung Galaxy S8 and I started recording video. I did see a tad bit of focus hunting in the front-facing video. It was very ever so slight. So, but not enough to bother me or say, okay, there's an issue there. But contradiction, no. Just wanting another go around at it, a second round. For me personally, I'm just bringing it to you. I could have used it and not said a word and waited, kicked up some videos, and then came at you and said, hey, I've had the device now for 2-3 weeks. I brought it in, I've tested it out, everything's working fine. Or no, I had it, I returned it again because it sucked. But no, and who I am as my Project 13, I wanted to be upfront with my experience first time around and my experience the second time around going with the S8 instead of the S8 Plus, but both devices pretty much the same. Okay, so yeah, that's just me wanting to be a part of all of you in my reviewing process of this device. Because number one, I never said it was a bad device. Some of you were saying, well, why didn't you keep it? You said it wasn't a bad device. That was the only area, but I use that area a lot. That's why I didn't keep it. And we all should not be criticized on why we choose to return a device or not, whether it's $100 device or $1,000 device. If it doesn't meet your standards, then you know what, and there's something wrong with it, you have the option to return a device and exchange or pick up something else. I utilized that option because it didn't serve me right the first time. But again, I have my reasons why, and I'm telling you all why I brought it back in the second time around. How do you feel about it and seeing me bring this back in? It's a fair question to ask, and it doesn't bother me to be criticized about it, because at the end of the day, I'm still going to make my own decisions. Okay? And I've noticed a couple times that it's gone out of focus really quick here. What I'm looking for is a lot of that going on, and I'm not seeing that. Well, I'm not also paying a lot of attention to either. You're going to let me know. But everything looks nice, crisp, and clear. But again, I had the opportunity to pick up this device for a lower price point through Swappa. And I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to review it again. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And it was never and ever to contradict my experience on the first device. I think it's good at times that if we have a bad experience, that if we have the opportunity to go at it again, why not? Okay? We all have experiences in our day that aren't going to be good at one thing or another, but that doesn't mean we quit and we don't go back to it. You know, on my way to work, there's days that I have a bad day at work. That doesn't mean I'm going to call in the next day. I'm going to go back to work, do it all over again. Okay? I go out and play basketball with the guys. I may have a bad game that day, but the next week we go back at it again, I may have a great game. I know, maybe that's a bad comparison. We're talking about smartphones and we're talking about money. But I had the money at the price point that I picked it up at, and it didn't affect my budget for smartphones. And it was me personally, I didn't even have to tell you guys, but it was me personally that wanted to do this just to see what my second time go at it would be like. That's it. That's it. Agree or not, it doesn't matter. It's me. I'm going to do it anyway. And trust me, I love my team. I love my channel. At the end of the day, though, at times I'm going to do something for me. And this is what I wanted to do. And I say this in due respect. And it doesn't matter what you think about my decision. It doesn't. Again, I say that respectfully because I listen to all of you. I read the feedback. And there's a lot that I take in from all of you. But there's going to be decisions you make based on your own decision. And I can give you an opinion. But if you go against that opinion, I'm still going to respect you because that's your decision. Even if I think you're wrong. You got to honor that. You got to honor that. All right, everybody. That's it, man. The S8 is here. It's here. And I'm digging my experience on it this time around. I am seeing a little bit of issues, not as much as the first time around. But we'll see. Again, I'm pretty stoked for what I paid for it. And it was nowhere close to what I first, as well, the new S8 costs $750. Depending on where you pick it from, you can get some pretty good deals. But brand new from Swappa, I got it for a really, really good deal. I'm pretty stoked on what I picked it up for. And to me, at this point, it's not a loss when it comes to my financial status, when it comes to picking up smartphones. So to me, it was really worth doing it. And I just want to share all that with you, man. That's what the integrity, honesty is about me and this channel team, my Project 13. Okay? That's what it's about. So, I'm going to drink some coffee. I'm going to throw some music up. Again, not a lot happened this last week. As far as just me talking about the addiction to smartphones, and you can go watch that video, and how we just need to do the homework that we need to do. Once we take it all in, don't question yourself. You make that final decision. Don't let anybody else influence you once you know you've done enough. And go with it. Pick up what you want. And when the next device comes out, don't question yourself on whether you should have gotten that. If that's the device you picked and you're happy with it, then keep that for a while and then go with the next best thing after that. Whether you care one or two devices. Because there's going to be devices dropping every week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, every month. And you can't just sit and question yourself all the time. Enjoy your device. You worked hard, enjoy it. Enjoy it for a while. Get the best out of it. Utilize everything on it because you pay a lot of money for it. $100 is a lot of money. $1,000 is a lot of money. Okay? But yeah, that was the biggest news, was bringing in the Samsung Galaxy S8. It's here. Shooting this video. 1080p, rear cam. And no, I don't have optical image stabilization on. So, there you go. Thanks for being a part, everybody. This is my Project 13. You are my Project 13. God bless. Have a great day. Make somebody's day out there, please. I am out.